Have you ever really thought about how a perfect world would be made? I don't mean just a little better, but truly, absolutely perfect. Well, today we're diving into an ancient Buddhist text, the Sūtra of Compassionate Flowers, to explore this cosmic origin story. It's a tale that's not just about philosophy, but about how incredibly powerful intentions can literally shape reality itself. So yeah, let's get into this ancient blueprint for building a universe. So what we're looking at here isn't just a dusty old book of teachings. No. It's an epic story. I mean, it stretches across unimaginable eons, and it all boils down to one profound choice. If you had the power, would you create a perfect, flawless sanctuary, or would you choose to dive right into the heart of suffering to save others? This sutra shows us exactly how two legendary figures answered that very question. Okay, so first up, let's set the stage a little. The sutra starts by just tantalizing us with this vision of a truly ideal world, a place they call the Lotus realm. And this isn't some vague, cloudy idea of paradise. The details are incredibly specific, and honestly, they're pretty enchanting. What's so amazing is just how tangible this world is made to feel. I mean, imagine walking on ground that's as soft as silk, seeing trees literally draped in jewels and celestial robes. There's no sun or moon because the world itself is lit up by the radiant light of enlightened beings. And get this, people aren't born the way we are. They just emerge, fully formed on the petals of lotus flowers. It's a world without any pain, without any struggle. And it really makes you wonder, how in the world does a place like this even come to be? To answer that, the sutra takes us back, and I mean way back, countless eons into the past, to a world where a great king has this pivotal encounter that's going to set the course for entire universes. This is really where our main story kicks off. All right, let's meet the key players. We're in a world called Shantilan, and the Buddha of this age is named Baozong. The ruler is this great king, Wu Zhengnian, who has 1,000 sons, and a really wise minister named Bao Hai. Now, these aren't just names in an old story. You got to think of them as the architects of future realities, who are about to do something so powerful, it's going to reshape the cosmos. You know, the scale of their devotion it's staggering. First, the king himself makes offerings to the Buddha and all his followers for 3 solid months. Then, his 1,000 sons follow his lead, each one making the same offerings for 3 months apiece. That adds up to 250 years of continuous royal support. And finally, the minister, Bao Hai, he makes his own offerings for 7 years. This isn't just a nice gesture. This is the foundation, the fuel for the incredible vows that are about to be made. So after this monumental display of devotion, the wise minister, Bao Hai, he goes to the king. He tells him, look, you've accumulated an immeasurable amount of merit. Now, you have to use it. You have to channel this power into a great vow for the future. And so the Buddha Baozong reveals this cosmic panorama of possibilities to the king. He shows him countless different realities. Some are pure, peaceful, absolutely perfect, just like that lotus realm we talked about. But others are what are called impure lands, worlds just filled with conflict, suffering, and confusion. The king is being presented with a choice. So, faced with this vision, the king makes his vow. He wants to create a world with absolutely zero suffering, no lower realms of existence at all, a place where everyone is the same beautiful golden color, everyone has supernatural abilities, and lives for an immeasurable time. A world of perfect beauty, harmony, and purity. He's basically vowing to create the ultimate spiritual sanctuary. And this is where it all clicks. The Buddha Baozong declares that because of this incredible aspiration, King Wu Zhengnian will, in a very distant future, become one of the most revered figures in East Asian Buddhism, Amida Buddha. And that perfect world he vowed to create, that will be the famous Pure Land known as Shukavati. But hold on, the story isn't over, not even close. Now we turn to the king's first son, Prince Bu Shun. He saw the exact same visions of pure and impure worlds, but they sparked a completely different kind of promise in his heart. So here's the fundamental choice laid bare. On one side, you have the king's wish for a perfect, pure world, a safe harbor. On the other, you have the reality of the impure worlds, which are defined by what Buddhism calls the 5 turbidities. You know, ages of conflict, confusion, wrong views, and a general decline in everything. The prince looked at all that suffering, and instead of wishing to create a world without it, he wished to go into it. His vow is just breathtakingly compassionate. He basically says, I see the suffering of all beings, everywhere, and I vow that if anyone anywhere calls my name in their moment of distress, and I am not able to free them from that suffering, then I myself will refuse to achieve final enlightenment. Wow. His goal isn't to build a paradise, it's to be a universal rescuer. The Buddha is so moved by this vow that he gives the prince a new name, one that perfectly captures his mission, Guan Shi Yin, which means he who perceives the cries of the world. In Sanskrit, this is the equally famous Avalokiteshvara, the very embodiment of compassion, who listens for the sounds of suffering all throughout the universe.
So what we're really seeing here are two incredibly powerful, yet very distinct vows. And each one creates a different path of compassionate action that has resonated for thousands and thousands of years. Okay, let's break it down. We've got the father, King Wu Zheng Nian, who becomes Amitabha. His vow creates a destination, a perfect world, a sanctuary where beings can find peace and practice without any obstacles. Then we have the son, Prince Bu Shun, who becomes Avalokiteshvara. His vow is all about action, in the here and now, actively reaching out to save beings from their immediate suffering no matter where they are. It's like one creates a safe harbor and the other one is the Coast Guard. Both of these are just fantastic examples of what's known as the bodhisattva vow. And it's this profound promise, right, born from immense compassion to pursue the highest state of enlightenment, not just for yourself, but for the express purpose of liberating every single other being from suffering. It's really the ultimate act of spiritual generosity.
And that right there brings us to the core takeaway of this whole epic story. In the worldview of this sutra, reality isn't random. It's not fixed. It is actively shaped and willed into existence through the power of intention, through these massive vows that are fueled by immense compassion and merit. The worlds we live in and the help we can receive were born from choices made eons ago. So that leaves us with a final thought to ponder. We've got these two incredible models of compassion, the king who wished to create a perfect world totally free from pain, and his son who wished to plunge into the suffering worlds to rescue absolutely everyone. If you had that kind of power, which wish would you make?